This week, we open the files on Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's return to ET territory, starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, and Colin Firth. When a Kansas City meteorologist and cybersecurity whistleblower become central to exposing proof of non-human life, they're forced to a frantic race against a private organization determined to keep humanity in the dark. This appears to be my first time reading. Is Disclosure Day worth watching, or is this a close encounter of the worst kind?
This is Gary's Freed Out Loud Day.
Yeah, remember in school when you have to read out loud and you kept to count your paragraphs? You're like, I'm going to have to read the third paragraph.
Yeah.
And you didn't listen to a word of the one before because you were too busy about peeing your pants from nerves.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that was me just now, apparently. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, welcome back to Good Film
Here
Hunting.
we are. I forgot to do my Rotten Tomatoes here. So we do it while we're talking. Let's do it while we're chit-chatting.
I'll tell you what, you check that out. You look those up while I let our viewers and podcast subscribers know about our subscriber this week.
Get out of here.
This episode brought to you by Communication problems holding you back? Try Rosetta Galactic, the language program designed for conversations no human throat was meant to produce. Our immersive lessons teach clicks, hums, respiratory, punctuation, and 12 approved forms of telepathic consent. Our 100 satisfaction guarantee means if you don't grok something from the first lesson, we will give you a complete refund. Ready to step up your language game? Feel like it's time you expand your horizons? Buy Rosetta Galactic language courses today, and we will have you in no time.
There it is.
Hey, Rotten Tomatoes, Andy. Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes, Gary, currently has it sitting at 79 with the critics and 70 with the audience. So interesting.
Yeah.
It's fresh. So I went into this. I knew nothing about it. I knew it was some kind of alien thing. That was all I knew. I'd heard a lot of mixed reviews about this. Now, before it came out, I remember hearing a lot about hype.
Yeah.
I think you probably did too.
Oh, yeah.
And when you said, hey, let's do this one, I was like, sure. I had nothing. I went in with, I didn't watch a preview. I didn't know anything about this movie.
Okay.
I mean, I think I saw one clip, and I think one of the movies we saw, this was in the previews of it in the theater. So I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, it looks all right. But this has never been my genre. I don't love the alien stuff. Don't hate it. But went into it cold, blind, no idea what to watch. I actually watched it with a friend of ours who was in town visiting. So we sat on the couch and watched this movie. And I'll give you my ranking of it, Gary, after it was all said and done, where I landed with it. Bickety bam. I thought it was really good. I don't think it was great.
Yeah.
When you're talking Spielberg, this is tough. Like, this guy has such a catalog to deal with.
Yeah.
It's like trying to say to Paul McCartney, he's good, but it's not the Beatles. I mean, you have a massive catalog, and Spielberg is so good. And he's great. He's very good in this. I mean, he is. His filmmaking is still great.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'll just, I agree, Andy. I marked this as good. I'm with you as far as hearing about it. I did want to see this in the theater. Shout out to our buddy, Jeff. Jeff had mentioned, now this movie was coming out about the time when there was a lot of talk about actual disclosure from our government.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my contention on this film that with all of that being stirred up at the same time that this film's coming out, and then you've got a little bit of what you could see in the trailers, I believe that people that went to see this film in the theaters were expecting a different film than what they got.
Yes.
And I think what you go in, the baggage you carry into a film weighs on what your enjoyment of the film is going to be. And if your expectations are up here because the name Spielberg,
Right.
and you're expecting something that, and maybe you're maybe not influenced by what was going on in real life. I think it's very easy to see why some people were disappointed by the movie, and that why there was some contention about it. And Jeff had told me, like, saw Disclosure Day this weekend. And I was like, oh, what'd you think? And he was like, I'd wait till video on demand. And I was like, really? All right. Well, Jeff and I tend to agree for the most part. I'd say we're probably 90-ish% in agreement on stuff. And so I waited. And so when this was on demand, I was actually looking forward to checking it out just because I still wanted to see it.
Right.
My expectations going to the film were much lower.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm coming in with what I hear other people saying.
Let's just get through this.
And I'm like, I'll check it out, but my hopes are not too high that this is going to be a good film. And I do think, again, I think the baggage of that weighs into your enjoyment of a film. If you're going in with lower expectations or no expectations, or you're not really sure what to expect, you can't have your heart broken, or you can't have some sort of bar that you put on a film not reached as a result. And for me, everything was like, wow, I'm enjoying this way more than I was expecting to enjoy.
I think it's where I landed too.
So I actually really liked the movie. And Tara, surprisingly, she watched it with me. She enjoyed it as well. In fact, we're an hour into the film. And look, as we've mentioned in the past, we are in our 50s. Imagine going to a 2-hour film, or 2-hour plus in this case film. I'm going to have to take a pee break. I had to take a pee break even watching at home. Tara was like, seriously, you got to get up right now. It's like she was enjoying enough that she was not happy that I was pausing it. So I was like, that says a little something too, because she's really actually hard to please. So I agree. I thought it was good. And I just wanted to get that out, because I do feel like that is one of the reasons that the film was so contentious, with some people saying mixed reviews and that. So
yeah, I mean, just echoing what I said earlier, when this guy's catalog is E.T., Close Encounters, Jaws, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, like, the dude can't knock it out of the park. Babe Ruth didn't hit home runs every time he stepped up.
Yeah.
So I think people might be a little harsh on Spielberg. He's earned that. But this is a good film, especially if you're into this alien spaceship stuff. This is very well done. And the film itself, I mean, it's a little long for my taste. You know how I am. Like, like you said, when you get in 2.5 hours, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, come on.
Yeah.
But hey, again, having said that, I don't know what I would have cut out of it.
Right.
It played very well.
It moves pretty good, even for being as long as it was.
The guy who played the government guy,
Colin Firth.
God, he's so good at what he did.
Yeah.
And the way that they do this thing, the way he communicates, and he can kind of, I guess, jump and see the future, or not the future, but where people are.
Right.
Just very well done. You're writing science fiction here. Like, we have no real idea what's out there. Spielberg's given us some idea of something, at least put a hat on, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I say that as a sci-fi guy is not my wheelhouse. I thought you were gonna be more disappointed in it, so I'm pretty happy you liked it. Just because I think you would. I thought you had more expectations going in. So,
Yeah. I'll say this. I mean, I think one of the things that people may have been wanting out of this was, the film's called Disclosure Day, and they think they're going to get a movie that is Disclosure Day, and then what happens?
Aliens are real. Here they are.
Yeah. Yes. What happens as we now know this? That's not what this movie is. It's leading up to the disclosure.
And I have a side note to talk about when you get done.
Yeah, you're caught in the middle of and they call it in media res, when you kind of pick up something when it's already in motion. And it's almost like this thing is starting into motion, and you're just dropped into the middle of things starting to happen. And the way that plays out, I actually found that quite fascinating, because I didn't know where it was going to go. And so, if I went into this thinking I was going to see the results of what Disclosure Day to the public about aliens is going to be, I would be disappointed if that's what the expectation was. For me, it was, wow, I don't know what's going to happen. there's
Yeah.
there's this guy who's doing this thing and they're building out this thing and he's talking to the phone of the other guy. And there's this house being built. It's like a
That
set
was a
being
great
assembled.
slow burn because
Yeah. And
I was trying to put that together. I was like, where's
right.
this going?
The whole time you're like, we're seeing this for a reason. Nothing is put on the screen.
No.
That doesn't mean something. So there's a reason it's there.
There's no burnt wasted calories in it.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, you had an aside. Go ahead.
Let me I want to do like a spoiler thing. So can we call it a day on this one? Do our little spoiler?
Oh yeah, sure. Look, I'm just gonna say if you go into this not expecting the things that we've already said with the like it isn't disclosure date, then everything that happens after, you're not gonna get that. If you don't go in with some sort of high expectation of this film, I think you can find something to enjoy. Yes, there's some question marks. There's a few things that happen in it that we'll talk about in the spoiler section that it's kind of like, I don't know that I really quite understand why that is a thing, why that happened, and why these people kind of thing. But other than that, I do think it's a fun movie. It's a fun ride, and it's got a lot of very cool parts in it. And
I would tell most everybody I know to watch this film.
Give it a chance. Yeah,
I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with it. With that being said, we're gonna do this. Go to spoilers. And I can't do it from my end, Gary.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
I'm clicking it. So anyway, we're going to jump to spoilers after this. If you stick with us after this, we're going to talk about some stuff that's in the movie. So if you don't want to see it, this is where it would end.
This has been a Touch of Madness production.
Hey!
What happened?
I got to make a spoiler thing because it'd be more fun, but I do kind of like hitting
I'm like, Gary, it's not, I am pressing the button.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a little snafu at the beginning of our recording session tonight.
So real quick,
again, everybody, spoilers. Don't be here if you don't want to hear what happens in the film.
Yeah, stop listening. Go listen to those other idiots on Sonic Legacy.
There's morons talking about Bon Jovi right now.
So a couple things I wanted some more definition on, and I didn't quite get. This is always just a beef with any film with me, where you kind of throw something out there, but you don't explain it. And I need a little more backstory. And maybe that's just me. I'll say that all the time. It might just be me.
Yeah.
But apparently World War III was happening on all the news cuts.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
And then they're like, what's this going to do to when people find out? I'm like, well, there's already chaos going on, but that's never, at least if it was, I didn't see it.
I don't know that I don't know if there's like an exposition sequence somewhere where that kind of maybe throws a little bit of that in and you miss it.
So I missed
I don't recall hearing it, but yeah, you're right. I forgot about that part actually, because I think now reflecting on that, I think that's why a lot of the events are taking place.
It really stuck because I thought that was going to lead to what you're saying. Like when you say this, the world's going to fall into chaos.
Yeah.
And it was already in chaos, which was never explained, in my opinion. I think I could at the very end when she goes to reveal it, and the news anchor is already like, we're coming with breaking news right now. And she's breaking news. Like, she's like, you sure want to do this? Like, World War III is going on. I was like, oh, well, when did that happen?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
One of the other things I wish there'd been more explanation of is when he's holding the crystal.
Yeah.
And what he can do with that power. I don't know if that was explained.
No, that is one of the things that I would say is a hang up in the movie.
I loved it. You could have quickly said, if I can get a hold of that, I can find these guys. And it could have been just a conversation, like, get me the crystal and I can go find these people and I can control them, apparently.
Well, and not knowing the extent, one of my friends that I talked to about the movie was mentioning that how did she know at the end that she could hold that thing and then power everything back up?
Yeah.
And that does lead to the issue of, we got this thing and we know it does stuff, but we
no
don't
explanation.
know what it does, and nobody actually.
And why does
explains.
It deteriorate over time? Like, it gets burned up and you can't it drains you physically. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
it's a neat element, but it's also like, it's one of those things you feel like, let me know the rules. Again, we talk about this like in any film. Let me know the rules, at least to some degree, so I can at least put my feelings on that thing, that I know what that thing is and what it does and what my limitations are.
Because I think what it does for me is it takes me out of the film for a minute, because then in my head I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, did I miss something? Well, the film's still moving. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know that was what happened there. And again, it's not the end of the world, but like, you could have taken 3 minutes out of the 2 hours and 40 minutes of this film and explained, "Get me the crystal. If I have that, I can find him." Like, "Oh, okay, that's this thing. Got it. Okay."
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than that, like, I don't have a lot of criticism.
I gotta say a few things about the directing. So
Do it.
one of the things I was doing when I was watching it at first was I was trying, and I'll probably have to watch it again to be quite honest. I was trying as a viewer to not just watch the movie, but also notice the art, notice the scenes, how they're directed and stuff. And I was watching it pretty good there for the first maybe 20 minutes or so. And I found myself just falling into the film and forgetting about paying attention.
Yeah, so I had no written notes. I was literally just watching the film.
I just stopped noticing, which I think is actually always a plus. If you're not noticing the thing being done, you're not noticing the acting, you're not noticing the directing so much to an extent. Of course, you see a really cool shot and you're like, how'd they pull that off or something?
Yeah.
Any movie, but yeah, if you're not noticing it and you're that far in that into the film, then they've done a good job at immersion. And I ended up doing that to where I fell into it. But afterwards, I was thinking, it's weird. I felt like, you feel like you can sometimes know who's behind a film by the feel of the film.
Okay.
And the first part of this movie, I was thinking, it's a good movie, but if somebody said, is this a Spielberg film? I would have been like, I don't think it feels that way. Oddly, I kind of felt like it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie for a while.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I was like, this feels like it could have been a M. Night Shyamalan movie. You know what I mean? With the way things are going on.
If you hadn't told me it was Spielberg, I would have not have said this has to be Spielberg.
Yeah. But because you think of Spielberg, like at least during our childhood, a lot of it was whimsical or different, like E.T. and stuff had sort of a magic kind of thing to it as a kid. And it does have a little bit of that in it later in the film, but for the first part of it, doesn't really have a whole lot of that. But anyway, upon reflection, so I'm thinking about the movie. I'm like, man, I forgot to look at the scenes, but there is one scene in there that bothered me.
I could too.
And the scene was the main guy, Josh O'Connor, I think that's his name. Josh O'Connor's character is in this cabin and he's been out in the field. Meanwhile, I'm
with you. I have such issues with this whole sequence.
That sequence, I was like, why is he going back to the house?
Why is he getting in a car and driving towards all of the people with guns?
Every single thing he does in that sequence, I'm like, why are you doing this?
And he says, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm like, neither do we.
Nobody knows why you're doing that.
Like, especially if the phone call said they're going to kill you.
They found you. They're there. He sees they're there.
So,
and he's not there. He's far enough away that he can
and the fact that none of these highly trained government officials, none of them saw him walking by the split rail fence that was not.
Yes.
My whole time I'm like, dude, like not one of these guards will turn and go, hey, there's a guy walking behind us in a blank field.
Yeah, exactly. So this was my problem with that. So I was thinking about that scene and I was like, it really kind of bugged me, right? Just to the point of I was like, that took me a little back because I was like, you're
fighting it in your head.
Yeah, is this the wisest choice?
It's not. He needed the girl.
Right.
Because it pays off in the end, but it just in the time that was a horrible and you wouldn't have made that decision.
Yeah. So the film's over. I'm looking at some reviews after the fact.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Now I'm curious because I always like to kind of see, what's everybody else thinking about this movie. I don't like to see any of that until I see the movie because I don't want to be influenced in any way if possible. I'm watching it and the thing that comes up is talking about Spielberg hasn't lost it with his directing. And it's that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm watching the scene a second time and I'm seeing the scene in a different light.
Yeah.
And I challenge you to go back now, watch that scene and think of the directing. Because when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's actually a really, really interesting shot that I didn't even realize how interesting and cool it was.
All right.
And it's almost like, did he do that to get that shot? Because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense,
right,
decision-wise for the character. But boy, it makes a really nice
So it's
shot.
like I got to get
Like
the
a
shot.
night-
I got to figure out how to get it into the movie.
Really cool. It goes
Yeah.
to the cameras through the fence at a couple of
Yeah.
moments, and it swings around. It's follow him up to the car. It swings behind the car. And it comes into the car with him. It's
Do you
just
think
really neat.
Do you think it's one take?
I mean, it could possibly be a break when he swings around the back of the car. Possibly.
It'd be really cool if you think is this done in one continuous shot? Like that's impressive to coordinate that. But
and I think it's probably mostly one shot, but I don't know how the camera was done.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much of it was possibly. I don't know if they used drone. I don't know a whole lot of the.
When you get the director's cut, that's 8 hours long.
Yeah.
Let me know when you get to that scene.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
And
It's worth checking.
We'll
checking out
Skype
that
into
scene,
each other and watch that scene.
So
Other than that, I have no nothing else to spoil. Those are just a couple things that kind of stuck with me. That I was like, I mean, if you're gonna, we're here to nitpick a little bit. Then that's where I'm at. But overall, love it.
There's a fun sequence too. Like there's so much going on and so much of the hunt for this guy during the first part of it. You know, as at the same time, you've got this meteorologist who's suddenly able to talk other languages. So you're like, what the heck's going on with all that, right? There's so much of that weirdness going on with, like I said, the Shyamalan thing that you don't feel like you're getting the Spielberg thing. But there's a great, like, it does come to that. One of my favorite parts, it's so silly, but one of my favorite parts in the movie was when she's kind of hiding them from everybody. And then he has to, Spielberg has to make this invisible fire truck coming out with the splashing of the water and the knocking of the things down. And then
that scene was
sequence.
It was really cool. I do like that. And I like the fact, like the weirdness of like out of nowhere when she's speaking like Russian to her boyfriend or husband at the apartment. And I'm like, and she has 0, and then she does like the Jedi mind trick on the cop. I'm like, how?
Right?
What is happening here?
Yeah,
because again, you have no idea. You have no explanation. Right. And the boyfriend's kind of a dick, like ratting her out, like fuck him.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, good film. I'll probably watch it again. It's good.
Yeah, I think I would like to watch it again just to then now kind of dig into the actual making of it a little bit more and see a little bit what I didn't catch because I fell into the story. But I do recommend it. I do think it's worth watching. I think that you should go into it without any expectations. So
absolutely.
I feel like it's the best way to see it. So
and don't listen to the critics. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, who listens to them? Not many people, apparently. At least not many people listen to us fake ones.
Like a moth to a flame.
I know what you're doing.
Gary, let's say goodbye, buddy.
Goodbye, buddy. Everybody, thanks for watching. If you've watched this far for the spoiler section, I'm sure some of you totally disagree with us. Let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it. And if you don't agree, like the video for us.
And tell your friends. And tell us if you like the spoiler part of it, because so many times we wanted to say something and we keep saying, spoiler. But I personally like that we talk about it afterwards. So we give you a fair warning. And if you still watch, then you're going to get some spoilers. At least we can talk about it.
Yeah.
What we liked, what we didn't like. And
that way we're not doing it off camera. It's a little bit more fun.
So you're welcome,
everybody.
Kevin.
Yeah, there you go, Kev.
Yeah, Kevin.
And Jeff. I think Jeff likes the idea too. So
Jeff's a good dude. So I like to take advice from Jeff.
Yeah. Except for the not go see it in the theater.
This would have been great in the theater, I'll be honest.
Yeah, would have been.
I mean,
thanks everybody. Did somebody say chloroform?
This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.